celebrate the life, love, and legacy of our dear friend Steve Chester. Wells Church and WellsFest have always loved and appreciate Steve for all that he's done for us throughout the years. I think that Steve, over the 40 years we've been doing WellsFest, the only one he missed was last year when he did not feel well enough to be with us. But I guarantee you our friend was with us in spirit. And that rhythm of when it was and what was going on was a part of who he was. We were so blessed to have him here with us in the life of the church as well as with WellsFest, and what a great opportunity to come together today for us to be able to share in this wonderful time. WellsFest has been going on almost 40 years, and as a part of that, over $1.5 million has been shared with nonprofits and charities throughout our community. And thank you. But it is absolute fact that that could not be done without the volunteerism and the gifts of the many musicians from this area who come and give of their time and energy, their talents to make that happen and to make that be what it's become. And we're so grateful for that. And we appreciate so much all that all of them have done to help us make it that way. We are here today because of that. We have started recently, this is our third concert, to do WellsFest Cares, to give a little bit of help for musicians who may have needs at the end of life. Today is no different, and we're doing that to help with some of the end-of-life expenses that Steve had. What a gift it is for us to be able to give back, but you're going to get to hear a lot more about that and how you can participate in that in a little while. I just want to welcome you here and welcome you to Wells, where we hope you feel loved and welcomed and have a place if you ever want to be a part with us, and invite you to be here or to come back. Well, I want to say a brief prayer, and then we will turn it over to what you came for, the musicians who are here today. Let us pray. Lord, we give you thanks for friends who gathered in this place to celebrate Steve Chester's life. We thank you for Steve and his wonderful witness to us, and for the ways that he has served and given life back to us. Lord, be with us in these moments and help us to celebrate and give thanks for a life well lived. For we pray it in Christ's name. Amen.
Steve Chester, while he would sound like Satchmo singing When You're Smiling and Whispers, and man, core memories even though I was just a baby. So this one's for you, Steve. She was a level-headed dancer on the road to alcohol. I was just a soldier on the way to Montreal, where she pressed that chest against me about the time the jukebox broke. And then she gave me a pat on the back of my neck, and these words the words she spoke would blow up the TV. Throw away the paper, move to the country, build you a home, plant a garden, eat a lot of peaches, try to find Jesus on your own. Well, I was young and hungry, just about to leave that place, when just as I was leaving, where she looked me in my face, she said, you must know the answer. I said, no, but I'll give it a try. And the next every day, we're living our way, and here is the easy pie. Blow up the TV, throw away the paper, move to the country, built us a home. Plant a little garden, ate a lot of peaches. Yeah, I found Jesus on that road. had something up her sleeve where she danced around the ballroom. And she did the hoochie coo. And she sang that song all night long, just telling me what to do. You know, blew up the TV, threw away the paper, moved to the country, built me home, had a little garden, ate a lot of peaches. Yeah, I found Jesus on our road.
All right. Thank you, Andrew. All right, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that can go back a few years, Steve's signature group now is the D-Lo Trio that I know all of you are familiar with. But you know, go back about 10, 15, 20 years, something like that. His big group was known by everybody far and wide, the Big House Trio. And we've got 2/3 of the trio here. Larry Fortenberry is not with us today, but we do have 2/3 of the group here. And so we've got the proud opportunity of hearing once again, ladies and gentlemen, Big House Trio.
Hey, thank you very much. You know, I always considered Steve my musical big brother, and Mike too. Raphael, I got a bunch of musical big brothers. And so we're going to try this tune. I would never be doing I appreciate these guys so much. They've helped hone my career. And I'm going to do this tune. I started doing it, and I would have never even probably tried it had it not been around Steve. It's Walking in Memphis. And as we went on down the road a little bit, we would add players to the Big House Trio. We'd add Denny on drums or Kevin on saxophone. And Steve would always say, we're the Big House Trio because we can't count. Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. I touched down in the land of the Delta Blues in the middle of the pouring rain. WC Handy, won't you look down over me? Yeah, I got a first class ticket, but I'm blue as a boy can be. Walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off a bill. Walking in Memphis, do I really feel the way I feel? I saw the ghost of Elvis up on Union Avenue. I followed him up to the gates of Graceland, and I watched him walk right through. Security, they didn't see him, they just hovered around his tomb. But there's a pretty little thing waiting on the king down in the jungle room. Walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off a bill. Walking in Memphis, do I really feel the way I feel? They got catfish on the table. They got gospel in the air. And Reverend Green, be glad to see you when you haven't got a prayer, yeah. But boy, you got a prayer in Memphis. Muriel played piano every Friday at the Hollywood. Well, they brought me down to see her, and they asked me if I would do a little number, and I sang with all my might. She said, boy, are you a Christian child? I said, ma'am, I am tonight. Walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off a bill. Walking in Memphis, do I really feel the way I feel? Walking in Memphis, walking with my feet 10 feet off a bill. Walking in Memphis, do I really feel the way I feel? Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. I touched down in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain. I touched down in the land of the Delta Blues. In the middle of the pouring Thank you very much. All right, we're going to try this one. I thought this was an appropriate one here, and I have to put my glasses on because I got my little cheat sheet up here. And like Steve always used to say, it's not the lyrics that give me a problem, it's the words. Memories of you still haunt me every night when I lay down. I'll always love you, little darling, until the day they lay me down. In the dreams of you, my body trembles. I wake up and call your name, but you're not there. And I'm so lost without your love, I'd go insane. Those memories of you still haunt me every night lay down, I'll always love you, little darling, until the day they lay me down. Close my eyes and you're not with me. Your kiss I feel, your face I see. It's not your lips that drive me crazy, it's just your haunting memory. Those memories of you still haunt me every night when I lay down. I always love you, little darling, until the day they lay me down. Until the day they lay me down. Until the day they lay me down. Thank you very much.
Big house, ladies and gentlemen. Big house.
And
All right.
if you heard me, there was a couple of times where when I first started learning this tune, every time I would start to play it, I would sing the low part because that's what I always did. And I did it accidentally there. That was Steve just coming down laughing at me, saying like, Barry, you're on. Thank you.
Big house, y'all. Come on. Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. We want to thank everybody for being here today. We got a lot more music. I don't know how we're gonna get it all in, but we're gonna do it. And we are really glad for y'all to be here. And y'all, please, how about a round of applause for Ann up here, Ann and Keith Ferguson. And I've worried them to death. But anyway, we're glad that this is all happening. And I tell you, I'd like to say that this group, I think, has been Steve's signature group for a long time. I know they have regulars that go hear them every week, every time they play. And everybody thinks about Steve, and so I hope y'all will get some good memories as you're hearing the one and only D-Lo Trio. And before we commence with that, what we're going to do is we're going to say, hello, D-Lo Trio. How y'all doing?
Mighty fine.
Connie and Hal Jeans and Bill Ellison. And I just want to ask y'all, if everybody give me about 10 seconds or so, just best musical memory you had with Steve Chester, Connie.
Oh, I was just proud to play with him, and he made me feel like I could do anything.
All right. Hal?
Most of the things I'd like to tell are probably best not told here.
Yeah. We got a 5-second delay on the radio. You're okay.
But we had a wonderful time. 25 good years together. And,
All right.
I just can't believe he's gone. That's all.
Yes, sir.
You know.
Well, he ain't. He's here today.
That's
He's
right.
with us today,
That's
right?
right.
Bill Ellison, what about old Chester, man?
It was just a real honor to kind of pinch hit for Steve in the last few months, and I would sit there beside him between Hal and Steve and just kind of help him along as best I could, and it was a true honor to get to do that.
All right, enough said, ladies and gentlemen. D-Lo Trio.
Beautiful rose of white, beautiful land of light, beautiful home so bright. where the shell gone no night. Beautiful crown I'll wear, shining with stars are there. Yonder in mansions fair, gather us there. Beautiful
robes of white,
beautiful
the
land,
land of light,
beautiful home,
home so bright,
beautiful band,
land of might,
beautiful
beautiful
crown, shining so fair.
shining so fair,
Beautiful mansions bright, gather us there. Beautiful things on high, over in yonder sky. Thus I shall leave this shore, counting my treasures o'er, where we shall never die, and meet by and by. Never to sorrow more, heavenly shore.
beautiful robes of white,
Beautiful
beautiful
land,
land of light,
beautiful
beautiful
home,
home so bright,
beautiful
beautiful
band,
band of might,
beautiful
beautiful
crown,
crown,
shining so fair.
shining so fair,
Beautiful mansions bright, gather us there. Beautiful thought to me, we shall forever be thine in eternity. When from this world we're free, free from its toil and care, heavenly joys to share. Let me cross over there, this is my prayer. Beautiful road,
robes of white,
beautiful
the
band,
land of light,
beautiful home,
home so bright,
beautiful,
beautiful band of might,
beautiful crown,
beautiful crown,
shining so
shining so
fair.
fair,
Beautiful mansions bright, gather us
there,
there.
yes, gather us there.
All right, Connie's putting her capo on. This is a song John Prine did on the Duets album, a whole album of songs that John did not write, which is most unusual. You ready to go there, Connie? I promised I wouldn't talk so much. It's called In a Town This Size.
In a town this size, there is no place to hide. Anywhere you go, you meet someone you know. You can't steal a kiss in a place like this. How the rumors do fly in a town this size. In a smoky bar, in the backseat of your car, in your own little house, they'll be sure to find you out what you eat and what you drink, what you say and what you think. If you smoke a cigarette, they'll be talking about your breath. You can't steal a kiss in a place like this. How the rumors do fly fight with my boyfriend last night before the moon went down. It was all over town how he made me cry and how we said goodbye. If it's true or not doesn't seem to count a lot. You can't steal a kiss in a place like this. How the rumors fly in a town this size. How the rumors fly in a town this size.
Thank you, folks. You're mighty kind, mighty kind. I know Steve's listening to every bit of this, too. I can just feel him. Are y'all ready? Come and listening to the radio station where the mighty host of heaven sings. Turn your radio, turn your radio, turn your radio. If you want to hear the songs of Zion coming from the land of endless spring, get in touch with God.
Get in touch with God. Turn your radio.
Turn your radio.
Turn your radio on.
Listen to the music in the air. Turn your radio.
Turn your radio on.
Give us glory.
And share.
Turn the lights
Turn your lights down low.
and listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God.
Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
Brother, listening to the Glory Land chorus, listen to the glad Hosannas roll. Turn your radio.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio. Get a little taste of the joys of waiting. Get a little heaven in your soul. Get in touch with God.
Get in touch with God. Turn your radio.
Turn your radio.
Turn your radio on.
Listen to the music in the air. Turn your radio.
Turn your radio on.
Give us glory, share. Turn the lights.
Turn your lights down low.
And listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God.
Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
Listen to the songs of the fathers and mothers and the many friends gone home before. Turn your radio.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio.
Oh.
Some eternal morning we shall meet them over on the hallelujah shore. Get in touch with
Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio.
Turn your radio on.
Listen to the music in the air. Turn your radio.
Turn your radio on.
Give us glory
And share.
Turn the lights
Turn your lights down low.
and listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God.
Get in touch with God.
Turn your
Radio.
Folks, thank you so much. Connie is putting down her guitar, going to get her fiddle, and we'll close our portion of the show out with a song that I love to hear Steve sing, and we love to harmonize with him on. It's written by the great Tom Paxton, who, if you don't know who he is, Google him. You should know. But at any rate, we had done this for one of the parishioners that was here, Walter Jones, had always requested that. And now that Steve's gone, this song fits everything to a T. I mean, it talks about dying and talks about where you go or where you might be rambling. And what's the name of this, Bill?
It's called Ramblin' Boy.
Ramblin' Boy.
Let me quickly say I was, as I mentioned earlier, lucky enough to sit there with the D-Lo Trio when Steve was still part of the group, kind of filling in, and heard him sing this a couple of times. And I want to thank Hal and Connie. It's an honor to sing it. It won't be Steve, but I'm going to do my best. It's called Ramblin' Boy. He was a man and a friend always. He stuck with me in the hard old days. He never cared if I had no dough. We rambled round in the rain and snow. Here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. Here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. In Tulsa town, we chased a stray. We thought we'd try to work one day. The boss said he had room for one. Says my old pal, we'd rather bond. Here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. Here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. Late one night in a jungle camp, the weather it was cold and damp. He got the chills and he got them back. They took the only friend I had. Here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. Here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. Our rambling pal, he's rambled on. He rambled, he's dead and gone. And if we die and we go somewhere, I bet you $1 Steve's rambling there. Here's to you, my rambling boy. May all your rambling bring you joy. May all your rambling bring you joy. Thank you.
Check 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, D-Lo Trio. Come on now, give them a hand. D-Lo Trio, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all. D-Lo Trio. Give them a hand, y'all. That's Steve's band. All right. All right. We got a whole lot to do left today, so I'm gonna get this kind of started here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce somebody to talk to you about what's going on with WellsFest Cares. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to hand you a stack and pass them all the way around. And these are cards, ladies and gentlemen, that will you can take these cards, and it's got information on there how you can donate to WellsFest Cares. If you run out of them before you get one, there's going to be some as you're leaving the church. There'll be some back there. And so we would hope y'all would please take one and just keep it around the house and look at it. When you think about it, the Spirit moves you, send something to help out with the WellsFest Cares. There you go. You can pass those back. And we'll put a few up here right there so you know where they are. Ladies and gentlemen, this is we're going to first of all, can we thank WellsFest or Wells Church for hosting this beautiful event today? Chris Cumbus, David, the whole staff, Jamie, everybody here at Wells Church. This is it's a really warm venue. Can y'all feel the spirit in here? I definitely can. And so we're so glad to be here. WellsFest Cares obviously is what we're here about today, and also as we tribute Steve. And the man who is the brainchild and the wheels on the ground for this whole organization and this idea and everything is Mr. Keith Ferguson. It's my pleasure and privilege to introduce you, Keith.
Thank you, Reverend Sims. I appreciate that. Hey, thank y'all so much for being here. This is a dream come true. We started talking about this back right after October about doing something to honor Steve. And thank y'all for coming out and showing up and really appreciate it. And it's been great so far. Wow. It's something. Yeah, so we want to tell you a little bit about our fund. We've told you already, WellsFest has been going for 40 years. The musicians have always helped us make things happen. They've always been generous, and they've always worked for free. They've helped us raise over $1.5 million to put back into this community and other communities, other in the Jackson area. And so it's just been a real joy. And so we just got to thinking, it's like, hey, we need to take care of these guys. And so, we wanted to do something to give back to the musicians. And so we've started talking about that about 6 months ago. And I'm certainly not the only person here driving this. There's so many people behind this, and you'll get to meet some of them as we go along. But we got a great board. We got some great supporters, and this thing's happening. So we made a decision that Steve was going to be our first recipient of the to benefit from this fund, and how appropriate. Steve played the very first WellsFest. He played every one after that until the very last one that he wasn't able to be there with us. So I just think it's so appropriate. We're raising $9,600 to pay off his end-of-life expenses. Y'all have already made it possible. We've already raised about $6,100. So give yourselves a big hand for that. And you'll have an opportunity tonight, so how to do that. But just another thing, and I know some of y'all know this, but in November we lost Fingers Taylor. Well, Fingers also played that very first WellsFest, and And we have also been able to help him because he gave to us, and we wanted to give back. And so, but this fund's about trying to help people in need that are still with us, that are just hitting those rough spots, and looking for people to come alongside us and help us with that. Tonight, the way people have already asked me, well, who do I write a check out to, or whatever. So you write a check on the little program. It says right here, it's got a QR code, and it's got a Community Foundation for Mississippi WellsFest Cares Fund. 100% of this money is going to funding the program, and everything that's given tonight is going to go to resolving this expense that Steve had. So if you prefer, you can hit that QR code, and you can make a donation directly to the fund right there. Raphael told you about the cards. It's got that on the back too. We would ask you just kind of keep this around and share it with people that you think may want to join us in this effort. Trying to run through this quick. Let's see the QR code. Oh, if you make a donation of $50 or more, we'd love to give you one of Steve's CDs. If you haven't listened to it, you need to get a copy. That thing is absolutely fabulous. And so we'd love to give you a CD. And if you already have one, you want to get a T-shirt instead, you can get a T-shirt. We've got them till they run out back there. So I would like to, just a housekeeping note, if you need the restrooms, they're all the way back here, or you can go down the stairs and go back under the church, so you can find those there. I would like to, yeah, come on in, Siri. They're listening. They're listening. So, anyway, I'll remind you that WellsFest, the festival, is the last Saturday in September. It'll be a great event. We will have one more event here at the church, probably on June the 2nd. So, be looking. Oh, you can look at we've got a web page, and we've also got a Facebook page. So you can help us by joining our Facebook page, sharing that with others. We're posting a lot of videos and things there, so that's a great way to do it. Now, I would like to call Ann up to speak to you and share what's on her heart. Thank y'all again so much for being here. You're a great blessing to this family.
Wow. All of us who love Steve Chester are certain that he would have been genuinely humbled and deeply grateful for the love that fills this sacred space today, and certainly for your amazing generosity. Steve's children, Colin, Christy, Lundy, and Austin, join me in attempting to express our deep gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you to Wells Church for being who you are and doing what you do. Steve always looked forward to WellsFest. He loved everything about it. And thank you to Keith Ferguson and the WellsFest Cares organization for supporting musicians and their families. Your ministry is sorely needed and much appreciated. To Raphael Sims, we're grateful for your time and effort in listening to the incredible musicians assembled here today. I imagine that organizing musicians is kind of like herding cats. On October 14th, Steve took his last breath. A few hours later, I was driving home in silence. I thought about Don McLean lamenting about the day the music died, and that's how I felt. My head knew better, but not my heart. I went home to look at silent guitars and grieve. A few weeks later, on a Sunday afternoon, I got a text from Tim Avalon. He told me he and some of his friends were playing at Catherine's that night, and he hoped I would come. I could hear Steve's voice saying, "Go," and I did. The music I heard that night began my healing. Not only was I reminded that music was very much alive, but I realized that Steve's music was alive and always would be. Not long after that, I came here to hear Barry Leach in the WellsFest Cares concert. That afternoon, I felt like I was beginning to breathe again. Then I went to hear D-Lo Trio, Hal, Connie, and Bill at Hal and Mal's. Steve was in every lyric and every note. Certainly, we all know that Steve was so much more than his music. We loved him for his humor, his kindness, his wisdom, his charm. But we all also know Steve's music was deep in his soul. It was a major part of the fabric that made him who he was. He loved his brothers in music deeply. And to those of them that are here today, thank you. Thank you for the ongoing love you gave him and that you continue to give him. What an incredible gathering of talent to remember Steve through your touch, your tone, your voice, and your lyrics. Thanks be to God for each of you, and thanks be to God for our beloved Steve Chester.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, and thank you, Ann. And listen, we thought that Steve, our whole goal here today, as far as everybody on this stage, is to make Steve proud. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Steve was one thing he was really proud of, and I'm sure that a lot of y'all watched it. I watched it when it was coming over live, streaming. 4:30 in the afternoon from Washington, D.C. But Steve was not only a great vocalist. You know, everybody says, man, I heard Steve Chester sing that. I heard Steve Chester sing that. But let me tell you, he was also a virtuoso guitarist. And Steve, he was a shining light when he was out front. But man, he was one of those great musicians that could step back and make somebody sound and make their performance just something that extra special. And so I'd like to take the opportunity and proudly present this short excerpt from Steve Chester performing with Ben Payton at the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. That was you can applaud that. That was a big, Steve was a true American. And it was really a special experience for him. We talked about it many times. So if we got it queued up, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to play this for you right now. This is coming from the Library of Congress, and you're going to hear Steve Chester pick that guitar. All right. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let him hear you up in heaven. Come on. Absolutely. All right, so we're getting back to the music now. We got so much more music that we're gonna try to just get it all in and just pick out your favorite flavored microphone there. But this is a very special person here. Any of you ever been out to Austin, Texas? You've been to Antone's, the blues capital of the world in Texas. And this young man is the sound man, and he performs and everything else. But he's also the son of one of Steve's best friends. Big Juve is what we all call him. We talk about Travis Brawley right here. Virgil Brawley's son. I'm going to tell you what, Travis, and when I first saw you, you were about that tall. Now you've got Virgil's height, and you got his talent too. And I know your Uncle Steve influenced you as well. So can you give us a quick memory just about Steve that's one of your favorites, about his picking or anything else, singing?
Well, the guitar I'm going to play today actually was given to me by Steve last year. This is a 1964 Gibson J45, and I came to visit Steve and Ann last year. And we're all sitting at the table, and I'm saying, you know, I want to buy an old 60s Gibson that I can put a pickup in, something that's not in pristine condition, that you can play gigs and not worry about getting banged up and stuff. And Steve's kind of nodding his head, and he says, hold on just a second. He gets up and kind of shuffles to the back. I thought he was going to the bathroom and just kept talking, and all of a sudden he comes back with an old brown guitar case, and he opens it up and it says guitar. And he said, why don't you play it, see what you think? And I'm like, yeah, this is great. He said, well, take it home and see if you like it, and we'll work something out. And the next time I came to see Ann and Steve, I asked him what he wanted for it. He said, I want a little practice amp to play guitar around the house with. And I had a little Blackface Fender amp that I gave him. And he said that that was fine. Now, you could probably buy 5 of those amps for what this guitar costs, but I feel like Steve just wanted me to have it, and I think that it just kind of speaks to the guy that Steve was. So,
Absolutely.
The song I'm going to do actually was written by my dad. It's called White House Blue, and Steve played the guitar on my dad's album, and then when Steve recorded his album, he played White House Blue on the album because he wanted to feature songs of his friends. It was real important that he have songs of people that he knew, like Ben Payton, on his album. So without further ado, I'm going to play White House Blue for you.
Folks, Travis Brawley.
Found a way to show you my feelings. Hope to make my point quite clear. You'll find something revealing next time you pass by here. You let me sad, lonely, and just to prove it's true, I'm gonna write you a mess. I am through tomorrow morning. I'm gonna make my White House blue. Our happy home that we once had is just a rundown shell of a shack. Been overgrown with this song of sorrow from a hole in my heart that won't heal. Gonna make a monument in memory of you, a life-size portrait of the pain you put me through. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna paint my White House blue. Oh, tomorrow morning, I'm gonna paint my White House blue. Thank you.
Travis Brawley. Travis Brawley, y'all. Come on, give him a big hand. Come on. Drove all the way from Austin. Yeah. All right, y'all. We're trying to keep things moving. Our next act is coming on stage. But at this time, what I'd like to say while we're letting them get in place is that WellsFest was is such an important, it's an institution, and the musicians probably all belong in the institution. But anyway, it's an institution here in the community, and you know, Wells has kind of become synonymous with music. You know, we've had, of course, WellsFest and this great assembly of talent every year, and then, you know, Keith Tonkel and Malcolm White kind of got together and dreamed that up, and we'll be doing our 40th WellsFest in September. 40 years, y'all believe that? Woo! And then when Keith left us to go to glory, the Lord sent us Chris Cumbus, and all I remember saying in my little, you know, prayer before I eat breakfast, or in my case, usually supper's kind of breakfast, and I just remember saying, Lord, please send us a guy or a lady that likes music. That's all I care. Just please. And lo and behold, we got Chris Cumbus. And how about a hand for Chris? And Chris, he ain't even have enough time to get his shoes untied when he got here before he came up with the idea for doing a monthly show, Wells Concerts, and we did some concerts during the COVID, you know, that purgatory is what I call it. With my apologies to any Episcopals that are in here, like Hooker. But anyway, so man, Chris brought the music in here with him, and so Wells is just kind of a fountain of music. Wouldn't you agree? Here on this earth. So anyway, at this point, we're going to bring up a guy that was one of Steve's closest compadres, fellow musicians, guitar players, singers, and it's just an honor to have him here today. And his friends call him Doc. We got Don Patterson here. Don, come on up. And he's going to be joined by Scott Albert Johnson on harmonica. Thank you, sir. Doc Patterson.
All right. Thank you. Are we on here? Can you hear me? Check. Are we on? No. Not on yet? All right. Do I need to move somewhere else? Huh? Let's try over here. Hello?
There you go.
Am I on there? I'm shorter at this point. All right. How about this? Is this one on? All right. Before you all got here, Raphael got all the musicians together and gave us a big lecture and told us we weren't allowed to talk before we played. And I overheard Chris Cumbus, of course the pastor here at Wells, say after Raphael made that statement that he better watch what he says along those lines or end up burning in hellfires of damnation for eternity. Isn't that right, Chris? Something like that. I do need to say one thing, and that is about, I don't know, 4.5, 5 years ago, Steve tripped over a piece of toilet paper and broke his wrist. Do y'all remember that? I think that's the correct story. At any rate, he needed the gigs. He could sing, but he couldn't play the guitar, and so musicians just wrapped themselves around him in love and provided the instrumentation. From out of that volunteer group, Steve picked out some very unlikely people to stick with him, and they played along with him for 4 years, I believe. They played with Steve and became known as the Steve Chester Review, and they provided a lot of support through some challenging times, and I think most of them are here today, and can we just acknowledge them? Would that be all right if we acknowledge them? Stand up. Those in the review, members of the review. Well, the air smells clean, the grass is green, and everything seems right, if you know what I mean. Yeah, Redbirds courting Blue Jays, and everybody's getting along. Yeah, the garbage man is smiling, frequent flyers flying, wind is just a whisper in a real pretty song. I got a fresh pack of smokes, some brand new jokes, I'm gonna tell them to my buddies when the ladies are gone. I got brand new Dr. Scholl's inserts in both of my shoes. Feels so good, I got air in my tires, electrons in my wires, and a kitchen chock stock full of food. Yeah, now the radio's playing, the preacher's done praying, and my pickup truck set on cruise. I got the everything's pleasing, no good reason blues. The jelly jar was shaking, had some biscuits and bacon, coffee pot still perking away. The dogs ain't barking, my plug's still sparking, Pittsburgh Steelers about ready to play. Favorite chairs reclining, no kids whining, Domino's delivery, fresh on the way, man, it's all within reach. Life is a beach and I'm sitting pretty on the dock of the bay. I got brand new Dr. Scholl's inserts in both of my shoes. Feels so good, I got air in my tires, electrons in my wires, and a kitchen chock stock full of food. Yeah, now the radio's playing, the preacher's done praying, and my pickup truck set on cruise. I got the everything's pleasing, no good reason blues. Shining, 9 balls 9, and I've been blowing those billiards away. The storms ain't blowing, the spider lily's growing. I found me a $10 bill yesterday. My pants ain't sagging and my bills ain't lagging. No bad stuff in the news today. Mashed potatoes with cheese, roast beef and peas, and a PBR on the TV tray. I got brand new Dr. Scholl's inserts in both of my shoes. Feel so good, I got air in my tires, electrons in my wires, and a kitchen chock stock full of food. And now the radio's playing, the preacher's done praying, and my pickup truck's set on cruise. I got the everything's pleasing, no good reason blues. Oh yeah, I got the everything's pleasing, pole dance teasing, charming squeezing, no sneezing, everything's pleasing, no good reason blues.
My, oh my. How about it, y'all? I want to ask you, Doc, before you get off of here, tell me this. Give me a memory of your favorite musical memory. Let's try to be PG at the worst if we can, memory of Chester.
Oh, I got so many wonderful memories of Steve. We were playing one time, Steve and I were playing down in Louisville, Mississippi. And turns out, in those little town festivals, people just walk by and listen to you play for about 2.5 minutes, and then they wander off. Well, there was a fella that was standing there for quite a while. Turns out he was Carl Jackson. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Steve did. And when we finished up a song, another one that I had written, Steve said, "Ladies and gentlemen, the next Doc Watson."
Oh my goodness, that's pretty good.
And I'm still pretty amazed.
Well, I tell you what, if Chester was here, I might get in trouble for this, but you know what? I got enough stained glass around me that ain't nobody gonna mess with me while I'm here anyway. So if Chester was here, I'm gonna tell you what he'd say. Man, I think old Doc ought to do another one. What do y'all think? Come on, Doc.
Want me to do another one? I've never been asked to do an encore.
You can either do another one, or you can take. You can either do another one, or you can take it up with Chester on the other side. It's up to you.
If life is like a candle bright, death must be the wind. You can close your window tight and it still comes flowing in. So I will climb the highest hill and watch the rising sun and pray that I don't feel the chill till I'm too old to die young. Let me watch my children grow to see what they become. Oh Lord, don't let that cold wind blow till I'm too old to die young. Well, I have had one dear sweet friend. I thought he might never die. Now the only thing that's left of him is the teardrops in my eyes. So I will climb the highest hill and watch you rise and fall, and pray that I don't feel the chill till I'm too old to die young. Let me watch my children grow to see what they become. Oh Lord, don't let that cold wind blow till I'm too old to die young. Let me watch my children grow to see what they become. Oh Lord, don't let that cold wind blow till I'm too old to die young. Oh Lord, don't let that cold wind blow until I'm too old to die young.
Doc Patterson, y'all. Give him a hand. Doc Patterson. Thank you, Doc. Appreciate it, man. We love you. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We have got a special treat for you right now. We're going to bring up a guy who is a harmonica player and singer, and he's doing one thing that I don't know a whole lot of people around the Tri-County area has done. He's played at Carnegie Hall last year, I believe, and he's at his class reunion because he went to Harvard. So, anyways, but he wound up meeting the right folks, I reckon, because he played at Carnegie Hall. Eventually. And then we have the omnipresent. He's everywhere, you know. Got a church, got a denomination, he'll work for you. He's fantastic. He's a Muscle Shoals piano player, and he played with Little Richard for about 22 years, the king of rock. Well, not the king, but I guess I don't know. But anyway, Elvis is the king, but Little Richard might be the princess or the prince. How about that? Yeah. Anyway, great Chalmers Davis over here, y'all. Okay, fellas. Scott Albert, you got a memory of Steve Chester? Musical?
Yeah, it's hard to pick out one thing, but you know, I other than Chalmers, I think I played more gigs here with Steve Chester than anyone else, and it's hard to pick out one single moment. But I just know that every time especially we went driving somewhere on the road, there was never any dead air. And one trip in particular up to Carrollton, we had a gig up in Carrollton, Mississippi. Oh boy. And I just remember I was like kind of sore when I got there because I've been laughing so much. Yeah. And that's just, you know, he was just such a pleasant and beyond pleasant, just such a rich presence to be around. And
all right.
I miss him.
Chalmers, a quick memory about Chester?
I loved his jokes. He had me in stitches constantly. He would never crack a smile, though, when he told them. My favorite one was that the definition of perfect pitch is when you hit a dumpster with a banjo at 30 feet.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah,
you sure he didn't say harmonica?
We used to, well, no, I think what he said was when you pitch a harmonica at 30 feet, and it clears the dumpster and lands on a banjo. But anyway, that's what he told
It's a
me.
hat trick.
Anyway, we used to exchange jokes. Ann can tell you, Steve and one of us would call the other one every month and get our joke on, you know. But anyway, here they are, y'all. Scott Albert Johnson, Chalmers Davis.
We're going to do a song that Steve used to like to do. It's a Bob Dylan song. When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear, there's no one there to dry your tears. I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I could never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. No doubt in my mind where you belong. I can make you hungry. I go black and blue. I go crawling down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. Storms are raging on the rolling sea, and on the highway of regret, the winds of change are blowing wild and free. You ain't seen nothing like me yet. I can make you happy, make your dreams come true. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do. Come to the ends of the earth for you to make you feel my love. To make you feel my love.
Scott Albert Johnson, y'all. Chalmers Davis.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. All right. Up next, y'all, we got one of the younger cats around, and he met Steve working at Morrison Brothers Music while he was going to law school. Not Steve, but this guy. And anyway, and they got to be fast friends, and so we're gonna introduce to you right now a young man named Chris Derrick. Y'all, how about it for Chris, my man? Chris, let me ask you real quick. What is your one of your memories of Steve? A little memory of Steve's music.
Steve actually taught me to fingerpick. Oh, thank you. Steve actually taught me to fingerpick. So that's the gift that kept on giving. And actually, I would not be able to play this song that I'm going to play now the way I'm going to play it unless Steve had showed me how to do that. So that's very special. I mean, yeah. So.
Chris Derrick, y'all. Chris Derrick.
Ann told me that a lot of times, and I remember this, that Steve would tell about this song, about this train coming through Vaughn, where he's close to where he used to live, and twice a day. And it's also the site of the Casey Jones wreck, in Vaughn there. So I just think it's special. Riding on the city of New Orleans, Illinois Central, Monday morning mail. 15 cars and 15 restless riders and conductors, 25 sacks of mail. All along the southbound Odyssey, the train pulls out of Kankakee, rolls along past houses, farms, and fields. Passenger trains that have no name, the rail yards full of old black men, and the graveyards of the rusted automobiles. Good morning, America, how are you? Well, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when your day is done. Dealing card games with the old men in the club car. Penny a point, ain't no one keeping score. Pass the paper bag that holds the bottle. Feel the steel wheels rumble beneath the floor. Sons of Pullman porters and sons of engineers ride the farthest magic carpets made of steel. Mothers with their babes asleep, rocking to the gentle beat, and the rhythm of the rails is all that they feel. Good morning, America, how are you? Well, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when your day is done. Riding on the city of New Orleans, changing trains out of Memphis, Tennessee. 5 o'clock, we'll be there by morning. Through the Mississippi Delta, rolling down to the sea. And all the towns and people seem to fade into a bad dream, and steel wheels still ain't heard the news. The conductor sings his song again. Passengers will please refrain. This train's got to disappear in railroad blues. Good night, America, how are you? Well, don't you know me? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when your day is done. I'll be gone 500 miles when your day is done. I'll be gone 500 miles when your day is done.
Chris Derrick, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Derrick, ladies and gentlemen. Chris, thank you. Thank you so much, y'all. While we're getting Chris Gill in place out here, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say we don't have much longer. We just got a couple more things, and we're running a little overtime. Is that okay with y'all? All right, we're almost done. But you know, folks, at every event and every crowd, you got one of these guys, and you know, that's you got to whine about something, you know. And we got one here tonight, and he just told me, he said, you know, this is pretty nice and everything, but the benches are so hard, and I might have to leave. So we're gonna take care of him right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Chris Gill, a friend of WellsFest. And we got also, he just drove up. We had somebody down to Jitney Jungle looking at all the milk cartons to see if we could find him. But he got here, y'all. The great Tim Avalon on guitar. How about it for Chris Gill? Tim Avalon.
All right, so I thought of two things I learned from Steve Chester. One of them is that he'd forget more songs than I'll ever learn in my life. And the other one is he was the one that first got me thinking about throwing away the pick and just playing with your fingers. So that's what I learned from the dear Steve Chester. And Tim Avalon, come on. I got out of college and I wanted to learn how to play slide because I'd heard about Dwayne Allman. And I looked up in the yellow pages and it was AA School for Stringed Instruments. And it was this fella right here. And he said, oh yeah, you want to learn slide? You mean like Dwayne Allman kind of stuff? I said, yeah. So thank you, my friend. All right, here's a song that was on Chester's record, which is fabulous if you don't have. You got to get it. And it was another friend of ours that's passed on the glory who wrote it. His name was Ben Payton, still is Ben Payton, that was the Library of Congress that they play together. So this is a suiting song for that. So Louetta Jane, I done brought you a diamond ring, 'cause I'm supposing you might marry me. And I'm down on my knees. Hey, Louetta, please come and make this heart mine sing. You are my desire. You are the apple of my fire. When we are together, I feel so warm inside. When I look at that smile upon your face, it makes me want to be with you always. Do it, slide man. Yeah, we're gonna buy us a home down in New Orleans where we can hear that big ocean sing. Maybe we can sit down on the beach in that evening breeze, you and me, blue-eyed Jane. When that evening sun goes down, we're gonna make our way downtown, where we can dance to the music that's playing. Yeah, we're gonna dance all night long till the break of dawn. You and me, blue-eyed James. Take us home, brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Gill, Tim Avalon. All right. All right, y'all. Have you had a good time today? On this bass in the monitor. Y'all, how about a hand for everybody? Travis Brawley, y'all. Drove all the way from Austin. Andrew Page, come on out here and sing with us. Drag a keyboard out here. Where's Andrew? Yeah. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, where's Miss Connie? Where's Miss Connie? All right, there she is. Ladies and gentlemen, Barry Leach on guitar. Mike Piner on bass. Over here, y'all just heard from Chris Gill. And we found him, ladies and gentlemen, down at the Jitney, wandering aimlessly. Tim Avalon on guitar. And we have over here, y'all, Scott Albert Johnson. And we have, of course, Chris Derrick over there, y'all. And I've got, of course, Hal Jeans, Bill Ellison, Connie Jeans, the D-Lo Trio. My name is Raphael Sims. We've had a great time being here today. Thanks, Chris, and the whole staff at Wells. And thank y'all for being out here and giving us your Sunday evening for a tribute to a great man and a great musician. And please participate in the Wells Cares program, because it's going to do a lot of good for folks.
Raphael, don't forget Mr. Chalmers Davis over here on the keys.
Well, I think I did. I believe I did. Anyway. Yes, it's indeed. Man, you know, Chalmers knows I'm in it because we got ESPN.
We are brothers.
Anyway, and y'all, one of Steve's best friends, Don Patterson, Doc Patterson. Man, look here. Now, what I want y'all to remember is you got he's kind of like a Whitman sampler. Y'all remember them? You got a little taste of a whole bunch of different things today. So when you see any of these people that are out playing somewhere, go out there and support them. Support live music. That's all what Steve Chester was about, y'all. We're going to send this out to Steve. I got to share a quick memory that back in about 1970-something, about 73-something, I was a sophomore in high school, and I looked up and I got a date to the cotillion dance or prom or whatever they called it back then, and Miss Grenada High. She was the most beautiful, and I don't know how that happened. I think she went blind, bless her heart, and I knew she listened to anyway, or got some bad advice. But anyway, it took her, and so we were real excited. We packed out the old Grenada City Hall, and the first time I laid eyes on Steve Chester was that night, and he was playing with his band, the Dirt Merchants, out of Yazoo City, and boy, oh, that's good, Donald. Y'all, we couldn't have done this show without Donald Thomas and his old crew. Yeah, got to have good sound if you're going to have a good music show. But anyway, so the Dirt Merchants, and man, they was clean as a new penny. They were all wearing black, and they all had amps that looked alike and everything. You know, it's pretty fancy for Yazoo City folks. And so we were sitting there just loving this band. But I remember the first thing I ever heard out of Steve Chester's mouth, and it was a Van Morrison song called Domino. So he was... we knew each other a long time. But this song we're going to do now, when Steve was out there beating the roads and playing that music, there was another young Mississippian from about an hour and a half from Grenada, up there around Pontotoc, Mississippi, and his name was Delaney Bramlett. And about that time, he struck it big and met up with Clapton, and then he married Bonnie Bramlett and all that. And Steve and I played this song together before, but it also is a message that I think every musician on this stage wants to send to heaven. Steve, we hope you enjoyed it tonight. We hope y'all enjoyed it too. I'll sing a never-ending love for you. From now on, that's all I want to do. Y'all clap your hands. From the first time we met, I knew I'd sing a never-ending song of love for you. I've got a never-ending love for you. From now on, that's all I want to do. From the first time we met, I knew I'd sing a never-ending song of love for you. After all this time of being alone, we're made for the other, love one another from now on. Oh, feels so good I can hardly stand it. Never-ending love for you. From now on, that's all I want to do. First time we met, I knew I'd sing a never-ending song of love for you. Start out from the heart, man. Y'all tired of clapping? Chris Gill, pick that guitar, man. Tim Avalon. me about it. Come on, Hal. Bill Ellison. Oh, Travis Rawls, come on with this one. Over here, how about old Chalmers? All right, Jack, bring it down, man. Come on, Miss Connie. All right, Connie. You got it, Connie. Andrew Pace, get on that thing, man. Come on, Doc. Doc Patterson. I've got a never-ending love for you. From now on, that's all I want to do. From the first time we met, I knew I'd sing a never-ending song of love for you. After all this time of being alone, I'll pray for each other, love one another from now on. Feels so good I can hardly stand it. Never-ending love for you. From now on, that's all I want to do. Y'all sing it with me, man. Never-ending love for you. Let's all do it one more time. I've got a never-ending love for you, Steve Chester. From now on, that's all we want to do. From the first time we met, I knew we'd have a never-ending song of love for you. Let's tag it for you. We got a never-ending song of love for you. Never-ending song of love for you. Yeah. How about a hand for all these musicians, y'all, and the WellsFest Cares. God bless you all, and thank you for coming tonight. And thank you, Wells. Thank you. We'll see y'all again soon. God bless everybody. Have a great evening.